Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and in a video I did earlier, a subscriber kind of asked a question when it came to gluten, and it's great to segue into another point with that because there's this big misconception out there that your thyroid function makes a tremendous difference in the amount of weight you gain or lose, when it's really only a really small amount. It's just one small variable in the grand scheme of things. And the truth is, people who have major thyroid issues, their thyroid isn't putting out very much thyroid hormone, maybe they've had thyroid cancer, they've had to have part of it surgically removed, they are far worse off than any such perceived effect someone is going to get from dieting too hard or from some sort of food intolerance that they think is going to affect their thyroid. These are the sort of myths that justify, again, people's obesity and lifestyle choices. The truth is, a medically slow thyroid for most people is only going to be about a 200 calorie a day change in how many calories they burn. Now, over time, that could be significant because you're talking about 200 calories a day. Over the course of time, if they were to eat what would be a normal amount of food, do a normal amount of activity for them to maintain weight, but their thyroid issue is thrown in on top of it, 200 calories a day could equal maybe 1.5 pounds of extra weight gain every single month. Over the course of a year, they could approach 20 pounds, 18, 19, even 20 pounds of fat gain as a result of that. And so over time, that can add up, and in the short term, it's insignificant. The problem with that is that, first of all, if you were to just add an extra 30 minutes of brisk walking around the block every day, it would totally counteract that. If you wanted to continue to eat the same less food, or you could eat half of a sandwich once a day instead of the whole sandwich and make no other changes, you're done. The problem is solved there. Now, the thing is also to consider is that if you gain 20 pounds of extra body weight, even body fat, that's also going to increase your metabolic rate significantly. And at a certain point, if they don't increase their food, they don't make any major changes in their lifestyle, gaining 20 pounds of body weight for someone who even moves around a bit, who isn't completely sedentary, is very probably going to be enough to offset that. And if they were to not only gain the 20 pounds, but then start walking 30 minutes a day on top of it, their overall caloric burn is going to go up enough that they'll start losing weight anyways. So this whole idea that it's going to make a massive difference and it's not something that you can fix just isn't true. Number two, most thyroid issues, again, if you know anyone who has a real thyroid issue that's medically diagnosed by a doctor, the first thing they do is fix it with a prescription. Get your thyroid levels normal. The problem is that getting their mood right and getting their thyroid levels perfect with the medication to where they actually have good energy and don't feel terrible, that's the tricky part. The biggest issue for people with thyroid issues is mood-related, energy-related, because having your thyroid out of whack can really mess with you mentally. It can mess with you psychologically a lot. But in terms of it making a massive difference on the calorie burn, it's not as big of a difference as people think. The main problems are, again, psychological, but if someone just gets up and trains a little more, is a little more physically active, it will absolutely offset the difference. And remember, like we pointed out earlier, the amount of difference you're talking about here is really at most 20 pounds in a single year difference if you don't try to do anything about it. So it's not like a person is going to just blow up and gain 50 pounds of body fat in 6 months due to a thyroid-related issue or even having their thyroid surgically removed. It isn't that pronounced. So remember, guys, thyroid is only one of half a dozen factors that is going to determine how much weight or body fat you gain or lose. It isn't the biggest one in the grand scheme of things, honestly. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.